All right, what's up, y'all? So you know that personal quiet time is important. You want to make it happen. So your next step is figuring out when and where. And those two things go hand in hand. So you want to find some time that's conducive to you having about 30 minutes of personal quiet time. Although in the beginning you're probably not going to use all that time. And if you can't find 30 minutes, that's totally fine. You can start with something really small. And ideally this is going to be in the morning, but that's also not mandatory. The goal of personal quiet time is to set some intentions for the day. And so greeting the day at the beginning of the day is ideal, but what's most important is just finding time to do it. Now, sometimes in order to find your time, you also have to find your spot because you'll want to find a place that is relatively void of distractions. Now, relatively void of distractions means that you don't want dogs licking on you and pawing for your attention. And that also means you probably don't want to be in a high traffic area where people are coming in and out all the time. Now, it also doesn't mean that it has to be noise free, because I don't know if you can hear that, but there's the distant sound of traffic in the distance. There's also birds chirping out here. Sometimes there's people walking by having conversations. That's why I say relatively void of distractions. Now, sitting outside is ideal because it just feels open. As you sit out here, you have access to all the natural sounds and noises. I love to hear traffic in the distance. It's like an orchestra. You've got birds, you've got wind. And my favorite time to sit outside is morning twilight before the sun comes up, because it truly feels like you're starting the day with the day. It's so peaceful and quiet. Now, pro tip. You could habit stack your personal quiet time and stack it after another habit that you do already. So for instance, you could sit and have personal quiet time after one of your walks. So beautiful out here. You could sit outside as the sun's coming up or after the sun's come up. You could just sit on the edge of your bed. Oh wait, probably with the door closed though. And you can habit stack getting some natural sunlight into your eyes and getting some sunlight on your skin. Now, one of my favorite places to recommend for personal quiet time is inside the vehicle. And actually, a lot of my clients use the vehicle because it's the only place they have some time to themselves where they're not going to be interrupted or distracted by other people and other chaos. So you can have some quiet time in your vehicle before you start up to head to the gym, or in your vehicle before you start up to head home from the gym, or in your vehicle before you start up before heading to work, or in your vehicle before you start up before heading home from work. Or as you arrive home from the gym, or as you arrive to work, you can cut off the engine. Notice that peace and silence and have your quiet time there. In fact, pro tip, if you have no other time and no other place, the car, the vehicle, tends to be a really great place for myself and for a lot of my clients because you're just enclosed in this quiet little space. Now, pro tip, be flexible. For example, if your spot is outside and you got a day that's really cold or windy or rainy or something along those lines, don't let it deter you from doing what you need to do. You can always bundle up or put on a rain jacket, which is what I like to do, or just have a backup plan. So now your goal is to start showing up to your time and your spot for personal quiet time. Now, how long you stay is completely up to you. I do recommend attempting to block out a decent amount of time so that in the future, as you learn more about what it is that you want to do during your personal quiet time, you have that ability. But in the beginning, all we care about is cultivating the habit of showing up, even if it's just for a few minutes. And then once you cultivate the habit of showing up, you can start to optimize what you do within that time. Now, pro tip, consider the days that take you out of your norm. So if your quiet time revolves around the structure of the work week, think about what you're going to do on the weekends or when you travel. Now, yeah, I know you want to know what to do during personal quiet time. For now, I would say it's completely up to you. My simple guidance would be this. This is your time to yourself to bestow your intention on the day. So sitting in quiet, with your eyes open, engaging all the senses, taking in that relative space and silence. It's so beautiful and so powerful. And just acknowledging that you don't have many times throughout the day that you have access to this openness and this space. And maybe just ask yourself, what do I want for my life? And you don't have to have an answer. Just asking the question is really powerful. And you can also ask yourself, what do I want for my day today? How do I want to be? How do I want to present myself? How do I want to show up? What are the most important things for me to accomplish? And of course, you can do traditional things like have a devotion, do a little bit of gratitude, do some journaling. But to keep it simple, I just recommend being present, taking it all in, and asking those really important questions. Questions, comments, feedback, snide remarks, send them my way, and keep it real.